I'm Greg Jarrett in for Lou Dobbs. He's on vacation. President Trump making historic moves to transform the courts during his first year in office. The president has nominated 66 judges thus far this year, nearly 3 times as many as President Obama did during the same period. But thanks to obstructionist Dems and weak Republican leadership so far, only about a third of President Trump's picks have actually been confirmed. New York's left-wing Attorney General Eric Schneiderman, meantime, is waging legal war against the president. Schneiderman has now challenged the Trump administration or congressional Republicans 100 times, including a lawsuit over air pollution today. These suits oppose the administration on everything from the travel ban to repeal of net neutrality. Well, joining me now is former Reagan political director and Fox Business contributor Ed Rollins. You know, that was to be expected, I would think. Legal challenges against the president. The first one was actually filed by Richard Painter and a couple of others within 2 days of the president taking office, claiming he violated the Constitution on emoluments. I wrote a column saying it's a total joke and it'll be dismissed. And sure enough, a few days ago, it was dismissed. The president hadn't even unpacked his red ties and they were suing him. So it's no surprise.
Well, I think one of the important things is you talk in terms of the number of judges that the president has moved forward and will continue to move forward. The courts play a very important part in this government, and as they were set up to do. And the key thing is to make sure you get your good people in there and you make sure that people share a conservative philosophy and make sure that they are well-skilled and can stay a long period of time. Because as we see, the first major things that the president put up there's some judge somewhere basically tried to block it. So I think the key thing here is to find good conservative judges that have experience, will stay on the court for a period of time, and not just come in for 2 or 3 or 5 years and leave. So,
I wrote a column about 3 weeks ago that said the only collusion appears to be within the FBI and the Department of Justice to clear Hillary Clinton and frame Donald Trump. Every day seems to bring new evidence of that.
I think that's a terrible disappointment for me. I've always had a lot of respect for the FBI. That I started in politics during the Nixon era when you still had some not necessarily best people in the FBI and other agencies. And I think over the last 20, 30 years, we've tried to clean that up and move them forward. Somehow it got very politicized in the last 8 years. And I think the Justice Department was the lead of that. And I think there's no question, I've never seen in all the years I've been around politics ever an attempt to tip the balance as they did. They were very pro-Hillary and very anti-Trump. And the idea that you weren't going to let the people make their choice, as they did with Trump, that you're going to have a checkmate system after that. And I think that's what we're going through today.
It never made sense when James Comey stood up in July of 2016 and laid out a fairly meticulous case of how Hillary Clinton had violated the law in the handling of her emails, and then said, but no reasonable prosecutor will bring this case. Now we're beginning to learn how that all occurred. People changed the wording in his statement to clear her when initially he was going to refer an indictment.
Well, the basic premise, as you know, having been a lawyer and having taught law, is that basically the Attorney General makes the decision. The FBI director does not make the decision whether you're going to prosecute. You put the evidence forward, and there was sufficient evidence put forward, or at least gathered, was not put forward, that she should have been indicted or at least had more than her hand slapped. They clearly violated the law. They clearly obstructed things. And I think to a certain extent, the FBI was fully in cahoots with that. And then the second step was to try and hinder Trump when he began his presidency.
And now we're learning that a year and a half after the FBI first got their hands on the dossier, they can't confirm any of it. And yet they used it in July of 2016, almost the same time they cleared Hillary Clinton, to launch the Trump-Russia investigation based on a phony document that they didn't try to confirm at the time before launching the criminal investigation.
It's one of the worst cases of law enforcement that I've ever seen. The idea that you go out and hire somebody to make a case through information that you know is false, and obviously when you go to the FISA court, as they did, my sense is you have misled the American public. You have done great disservice to the Justice Department at the FBI, and I think the story is going to finally get out. It may take a long time, but it's going to get out, and the public's going to be appalled.
And what's confounding is that McCabe, when he testified, apparently couldn't say when he learned that This dossier was paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee. Wouldn't that be your first question? Where'd you get the dossier? Who paid for it? And if they had found out the answer to that question, they would have filed probably criminal charges against the DNC and the Hillary Clinton campaign, who paid for it, because that's a violation of the law during a political campaign. You can't pay a foreign national.
You can't pay a foreign national, and equally as important, you basically don't take political documents that are gathered to run a campaign against somebody and make it into a legal document. And I think to a certain extent that's what they did. And I think it's going to be one of the great black eyes on the FBI. And Comey, who had a good reputation prior to leaving here, is now getting his total career tarnished.
Comey, McCabe,
absolutely,
James Baker, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, maybe some others, James Baker. I mean, the list goes on and on. It gets longer and longer day by day of people who appear to have acted improperly.
We knew the Justice Department was very politicized under Eric Holder and the successor. What we didn't know was the FBI had gotten very politicized, and it clearly is indicating that today.
And it's a shame, because the rank-and-file FBI are fine, honorable, hardworking, excellent people, absolutely, but it's the top management that became politicized under the Obama administration.
No, absolutely. So,
Ed Rollins. Ed, good to see you as always.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.